Welcome back to Molecules Matter with Dr. Dan. If you've been following this podcast, you know we don't just talk about nutrition in vague terms like eat healthy or get antioxidants. We zoom in, we isolate the actual molecules, we examine their structure, their origin, their purpose in nature, and how they interact with your genes, enzymes, and cellular systems. Because molecules matter. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating carotenoids ever discovered. A molecule that gives salmon their deep red color, flamingos their pink hue, and microalgae their ability to survive intense environmental stress. That molecule is astaxanthin. Astaxanthin is often marketed as a super antioxidant, but that description barely scratches the surface. This isn't just a scavenger of free radicals. This is a membrane-stabilizing, mitochondria-protecting, gene-modulating signal molecule that integrates into the lipid architecture of your cells. Today, we'll cover what astaxanthin is, where it comes from in nature, its chemical structure and class, how it's synthesized in microalgae, what happens when you consume it, the research behind its health benefits, how much to take, and who may benefit most. Let's begin at the molecular level. Astaxanthin is a xanthophyll carotenoid. Carotenoids are a class of fat-soluble pigments responsible for the vibrant red, orange, and yellow colors found in many plants and animals. You're probably familiar with beta-carotene and lycopene. Astaxanthin belongs to that same broader family, but it has structural features that make it uniquely powerful. Chemically, astaxanthin is classified as a terpenoid, built from 8 isoprene units. Its molecular formula is C40H52O4. That means 40 carbons arranged in a long conjugated chain, a system of alternating double bonds that allows it to absorb light and quench reactive oxygen species. But here's what makes it special. Unlike beta-carotenes, which is purely hydrocarbon-based, astaxanthin contains oxygen-containing functional groups, specifically hydroxyl, OH, and keto carbon double bond oxygen groups at each end of the molecule. This gives it amphipathic properties. One part interacts with lipids, one part interacts with aqueous environments. That structural difference dramatically changes how it behaves inside cell membranes. Astaxanthin is primarily produced by a freshwater microalgae called Haematococcus pluvialis. This microscopic organism has one of the most elegant survival strategies in nature. Under favorable conditions, it's green and motile. But when exposed to environmental stress, intense UV radiation, nutrient deprivation, high salinity, or oxidative pressure, it transforms. It insists. It turns red, and it produces massive amounts of astaxanthin. Why? Because astaxanthin protects its cellular machinery from oxidative damage. In other words, astaxanthin is a stress response molecule. Fish like salmon and trout accumulate astaxanthin by consuming these microalgae. That's what gives them their characteristic pink color. Flamingos, same story. They don't synthesize astaxanthin themselves, they bioaccumulate it through their diet. Let's zoom in on the structure. Astaxanthin has a long polyene chain with conjugated double bonds. It has 2 terminal ionone rings. It has hydroxyl and keto groups on both ends. The conjugated double bonds allows it to absorb energy from singlet oxygen, neutralize free radicals, and stabilize reactive species without becoming unstable itself. But the real magic is how it sits in cell membranes. Most antioxidants either stay in the aqueous phase, like vitamin C, or they sit inside the lipid layer, like vitamin E. Astaxanthin spans the entire membrane. Its polar ends anchor at the membrane's surface. Its nonpolar chain runs through the lipid bilayer. This allows it to stabilize the membrane from within, like a molecular crossbeam reinforcing a bridge. That's structurally unique. In Haematococcus pluvialis, astaxanthin synthesis begins in the chloroplast. The pathway originates from isopentenyl pyrophosphate, or IPP, which is the universal building block of terpenoids, through the MEP pathway, which is methyl erythritol phosphate pathway. The cell synthesizes this molecule. It goes from IPP to geranyl pyrophosphate to phytoene to lycopene to beta-carotene, and then finally astaxanthin. Key enzymes add hydroxyl and keto groups to beta-carotene, transforming it into astaxanthin. This transformation only ramps up under stress. So astaxanthin is not just a pigment, it's a survival molecule. When you consume it, you're borrowing the stress defense system of microalgae. Isn't that cool? Astaxanthin is fat soluble. That means it's best absorbed with dietary fat. It incorporates into lipoproteins, and it integrates into cell membranes throughout the body. So it crosses a blood-brain barrier, it crosses the blood-retinal barrier, and it embeds into mitochondrial membranes. Its half-life in humans ranges from about 16 to 52 hours, depending on the dose and formulation. Once integrated, it does not behave like a simple radical sponge. Instead, it reduces lipid peroxidation, it protects mitochondrial membranes, it modulates gene expression, and it influences inflammatory signaling pathways. It's been shown to interact with cool signaling pathways and genes like NF-κB, Nrf2, PPAR-alpha, SOD, catalase, and glutathione systems. This is systems-level signaling. That's what makes it so powerful. Let's walk through the evidence about the health benefits and research about astaxanthin. Number one, oxidative stress reduction. Astaxanthin consistently reduces markers of lipid peroxidation, including malondialdehyde, MDA, and isoprostanes. Because it sits within membranes, it directly protects polyunsaturated fatty acids from oxidation. This is critical in brain tissue, retina, and cardiovascular endothelium. Number two, skin health and UV protection. Clinical trials show that astaxanthin improves skin elasticity, it reduces wrinkles, it enhances moisture retention, it reduces UV-induced damage. And mechanistically, it reduces UV-induced reactive oxygen species, or ROS. It improves collagen stability. It decreases inflammatory cytokines. So for someone like you building a molecular narrative around beauty from within, this is powerful. Astaxanthin has great beauty from within properties. Number three, eye and retinal health. Astaxanthin crosses a blood-retinal barrier. Studies show improvements in visual acuity, eye fatigue, and accommodation function. Its membrane-spanning structure protects photoreceptor cells from oxidative damage. Number four, cardiovascular support. Research demonstrates that astaxanthin can reduce LDL oxidation, it can improve triglyceride profiles, it can improve HDL function, and it can reduce C-reactive protein in some populations. So astaxanthin protects endothelial cells from oxidative injury, helping to maintain nitric oxide signaling, which is essential for the antioxidant system of the body. Number five, exercise performance and recovery. Astaxanthin has been shown to improve endurance, reduce lactic acid accumulation, enhance fat oxidation during exercise, and reduce post-muscle exercise damage. Mechanistically, astaxanthin protects the mitochondria, it reduces exercise-induced oxidative stress, and it supports mitochondrial efficiency. So for athletes, astaxanthin is particularly relevant and powerful. Number six, brain and cognitive support. Astaxanthin crosses the blood-brain barrier, and studies suggest that it can help to reduce neuroinflammation, it can improve memory performance in mild cognitive impairment situations, and it can reduce oxidative damage in neuronal tissue. So, given the brain's high lipid content, membrane protection is critical. And then number seven, immune modulation. Research indicates that astaxanthin can increase natural killer cell activity. It can improve T cell responsiveness, the ability of the immune system to respond to threats and damage, and it can balance inflammatory cytokine production. This isn't immune stimulation, it's immune modulation. How much should you take? Well, based on clinical trials and human studies, you should take 12 milligrams per day, 3 to 4 days per week. Now, if you want to take it every day, that's fine, based on the safety studies. But this dosing strategy allows tissue saturation, membrane integration, and consistent antioxidant protection without unnecessarily high daily intake. Astaxanthin accumulates in tissues, so it doesn't need to be taken every single day to maintain benefit. Take it with a fat-containing meal and preferably from natural algae-derived sources. Avoid synthetic astaxanthin used in fish feed. The stereoisomer profile differs, and so will its ability to impact and improve health in the body. Astaxanthin has an excellent safety profile. At higher doses, meaning 20 to 40 milligrams daily, minor side effects may include a slight orange skin tint or mild GI discomfort in rare cases. It does not suppress adaptive training responses like high-dose vitamin C might, and it does not act as a pro-oxidant at physiological levels. Long-term human studies show good tolerability. It's natural, it's powerful, it's unique. Who benefits the most from taking astaxanthin? Astaxanthin may be especially helpful for individuals with high UV exposure, athletes under oxidative stress, adults concerned about skin aging, people with high triglycerides, individuals seeking retinal protection, and high-performing professionals under cognitive stress. So, in short, this is a powerful product, powerful molecule. It's a biooptimizer. It can help with molecular thinkers, people who are precision wellness enthusiasts. This is a powerful molecule for you. So astaxanthin is not magic. It's not a cure-all, but structurally, biologically, and clinically, it's one of the most impressive membrane-stabilizing carotenoids we've studied. It's a molecule born from environmental stress. It's designed by microalgae to survive radiation, salinity, and oxidation. Now helping human cells withstand modern stressors. That's molecular borrowing at its finest. So today we learned that astaxanthin is a xanthophyll carotenoid. It's produced by Haematococcus pluvialis under stress. It's structurally unique with membrane-spanning capabilities. It integrates into mitochondria and cellular membranes. It reduces oxidative damage. It supports skin, eyes, heart, brain, and athletic performance. And its effective dose is 12 milligrams per day, 3 to 4 days per week. Remember, your genes are the blueprint, your cells are the infrastructure, and molecules are the master architects. Choose wisely, because molecules matter. I'm Dr. Dan, and I'll see you next time.